Hi everyone, I'm Connie Roberts. We're here at Chestnut Hill Nursery. It's the holiday season and they're known for fresh Christmas trees. But you know they're known for more than just fresh cut Christmas trees. So let's go find out more. Hi Molly.
Hey Connie.
I know that Chestnut Hill Nursery is known more than for just fresh cut trees. What else do you have to offer?
That's true, Connie, but if you are in the market for a fresh cut Christmas tree, it's better to buy sooner than later. For a variety of reasons, Christmas trees have been harder and harder to come by for the past couple years. So if you wait too long, you might miss out. But I'll let Jim tell you more about Christmas trees later. Let's talk about the other items we have. We have cemetery cones, logs, and wreaths on easels decorated beautifully, but grave pillows and blankets are our specialty. We build every single piece here ourselves. We have the most beautiful selection already in stock, but we do get a lot of special orders to customize cemetery pieces. People like to honor their loved ones in a special way, whether it's using their favorite color for the bow and decorations, or maybe a more natural look for a loved one who was an avid outdoorsman, perhaps a service member with red, white, and blue. Whatever it is you're looking for, we either have it or certainly will be happy to try and accommodate your request.
Molly, I really like this one because it has a veteran theme. It's red, white, and blue.
Yeah, we try to accommodate everybody's different taste. We use decorations that are weatherproof so they don't get ruined in the snow and the rain. And we use wired bows so they hold their shape. There's a centerpiece that we stick different greens into. We can mix different types of greens to make it look more full or give it more texture, so they all look different, but they are all handmade. And then once they're stuck in the centerpiece and they're nice and sturdy, then we can start to go in and decorate them.
So these flowers that you're using are waterproof. They kind of last the season.
Yes, they will hold up through any of the elements.
Molly, I see where you have something for everyone because these are different styles. I love the snowman here, and then that's different over there.
Yeah, these are both beautiful pieces, and these make for great grab-and-go porch decorations.
Molly, wreaths are used in many different ways.
That's true, Connie, and the traditional way is to hang it on your doorway to welcome guests and friends and family, but there are plenty of other different ways to use them too. You can use an easel and set it up at a gravesite, or we have these even smaller wreaths, which are actually candle rings that you can use to decorate your table as a centerpiece, or you can hang it on the mantle to decorate, anything.
I know you were telling me some people like them for the whole holiday season.
That's right, so we decorate them so that they can extend past Christmas and through the entire winter. This one here is more natural with the berries and the gold. And then here we have more pink with the white for snowballs. So as you can see here, all these wreaths are decorated differently. This one we have decorated for Christmas. This one is a little bit more neutral with the pink and the gold. Here we have a more natural look one with the birch and the burlap bow. And then here we have a green one for green lovers.
Cardinals are a big thing because people feel that when they see a cardinal in the wintertime, it's from a loved one that has passed. Molly, I noticed you have plenty of garland here.
Yes, that's true. We have two different kinds of garland. We have white pine and we have cedar roping. You can use garland in a lot of different ways. Some people use it to decorate their mantles, some their railings on the stairs. You can use them to decorate the fences. There's a lot of different ways.
Molly, I know you were talking about decorating around the mantle, but do you have anything else to decorate with?
We sure do. Let's go take a look.
Molly, you have beautiful poinsettias here. They are popping with color and they're so big.
Yes, we have plenty of full, healthy, gorgeous poinsettias just waiting to add color to your home.
Molly, centerpieces always make the holiday tradition so nice for the dining room table. I know you have lots of them.
We've always had centerpieces, but this year we are going to have a bigger selection of grab-and-go pieces from $15 to $20 that will make excellent hostess gifts, teacher gifts, or even just a gift for yourself. No matter what your style, you're sure to find one you love.
Molly, I see that you guys have honey in here.
You know, we like to support local businesses and local vendors, so let's talk about some of the items we have that would make great gifts. We have Mrs. C's dressings and vinegars. And Connie, if you haven't tried her poppy seed dressing, it's a must. It's one of my personal favorites. She also has dipping oils, which are great for dipping bread into and for marinating meats. Don't forget about the Pocono Organic CBD products. We have a wide range, but the bath bombs and lip balms make great add-on gifts or stocking stuffers. Our staff loves to break up the bath bombs and use them for a nice, relaxing foot soak.
You know, I've used that product and it's great.
As always, we have local honey from A Touch for Health, available in 2 sizes that makes a great gift for the foodie in your family. And don't forget about their lip balm in 2 great choices, orange and lemon and peppermint and lavender.
There's a lot of tea lovers out there, Molly.
Yeah, and actually new this year, we do have a local tea vendor, Moonbeam Tea. They specialize in hand-blended organic teas. We will have gifts from $15 to $40. Blends like Goodnight Moon, which is a caffeine-free black tea with chamomile, calendula, and vanilla, and Ginger Zing, which is white teas with ginger and honey, just to name a few.
So Chestnut Hill Nursery is not just about all fresh trees. There's
That's
so
right.
much more.
That's right.
Well, Molly, I'm going to go see Tracy and Emily. They're going to give us some at-home decorating tips.
All right, Connie, well, have a very Merry Christmas, and we'll see you soon.
Okay.
Community. It's where we work. It's where we play. It's where you'll find First Northern Bank and Trust, offering community banking services. First Northern Bank and Trust is a family-owned and operated bank. Our local decision makers offer fast approvals and customized financial solutions. Plus, we keep your money right here in the community, stimulating local economic growth and providing jobs for our friends and neighbors. First Northern Bank and Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
If you've never been to Chestnut Hill Nursery during the Christmas season, you really have to stop by. We have fresh cut Christmas trees from local growers, custom handmade wreaths, fresh garland, and gorgeous cemetery items, specially made to honor your loved one. Bring the whole family down to pick out a tree. We have all your favorite varieties. We're open for the Christmas season to December 24th. So stop in. We're located on Route 209 in Broadheadsville or on the web at chnursery.com.
And now, a message from R.J. Groner.
UV light system, ultraviolet light or ultraviolet germicidal lights, which are designed to kill the bacteria, the viruses, the molds, the things that are in your airstream that you're breathing every day. So especially when you're locked in the summer because it's hot and you're running your air conditioning, or in the wintertime, you want a way to filter and clean that air. So these products that are on the market nowadays are fantastic at doing that job and relatively affordable.
Whether it's an installation or emergency repair, call us at 570-421-7260.
Welcome back to the show. We're going to talk about residential decorating for your home. Tracy, let's tell everybody what they could do themselves.
Okay, well, Emily, she's our pro now, so we're doing some window boxes here. Why don't we go over and talk to her and see what she's doing over there?
Okay. Hi, Emily. Why don't you tell us what you're doing?
Hi, so what we want to do with these window boxes at home, you want to kind of get some mixed screens in here because they're going to be seen up close. So what we have is we have some noble fir, we have some incense cedar, and then what we're doing in the middle here is a short needle pine, and that kind of spikes in the center there.
Oh yeah, nice.
So we just used from the annuals we had in the spring, we had some dirt in here, so you can just kind of stick them in there, just clip them nice pieces. So we use these at the end because they kind of droop really nice. So you can just stick those in there, makes them a little longer.
Oh, nice.
And in the center here, we put our bows, and then I just put these little juniper right there for a little more texture.
That looks great. So will you be putting any lights on?
Yeah, of course. So what we want to do is we just want to outline, so we'll just put them right along the top here, just for a nice clean outline.
So Trace, what about some other ideas for decorating your house?
Well, we like to do entryways, so if you want, we'll take a walk over to the doorway over here and we can show you what we do with some garland and some wreaths. Take a walk over, we'll create some magic.
Okay. Wow, Tracy, I really like this garland. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it's absolutely gorgeous. This is cedar garland. So as you can see, we framed the entryway with the garland. We'll add some bows later on, and we'll also add some lights to this. We also, if you want to take a walk over here, we have some pieces, just some pieces that the homeowner had, and we stuffed them with some greens. Same like Emily talked about, mixed greens, because you're going to see them up close. Add some texture, some color. You know, so there's a red pail and then these boxes.
So you can just find some things that you have around the house and
Absolutely.
decorate them.
Make it work. Yeah, and then lastly, we'll put up a wreath. This one here is just a mixed greens wreath. We picked a real plain, simple bow, something natural to go with the surroundings here. So we'll put that on the door, and that'll be a finishing touch. But right now, we're gonna head over to the workshop and see some of the other things that the girls are making.
Okay. Obviously, everybody knows Chestnut Hill Nursery does fresh Christmas trees, but what else do you do here?
Okay, well, a huge part of our business actually is cemetery items. So we do a lot of cemetery items. Back here in the workshop, we do a lot of prep work. So we create all the blanks for the girls up front, and then we send them up to be decorated. So what I was working on here is actually a grave pillow. So that's a smaller piece, and it's just fresh greens. And then the girls will decorate it with a bow and decorations, you know, depending on, sometimes we get custom orders. People want a specific color. You know, some people want natural, some people want something a little more glitzy. This here is a log.
Okay.
And actually that can be used in a couple different ways. You can place that right on the cemetery. Sometimes older folks, they can't pin down a grave blanket, they can't carry it, you know, it's just too much for them. So they buy this and they just place it. Sometimes we decorate them and people put them on their front porch. So if you want, we can take a walk up front. We can talk to the girls, they can show you how they decorate these, and we can look at some of the other things that they're doing.
Okay.
After we build the blank pieces out back, we bring them up front for the girls to decorate. Depending upon where the pieces are going to go and what they are, we either wire the ornaments on or glue them on with a heavy-duty glue. Right now, the girls are working on cemetery cones and logs. We also do custom pieces, so if there's something in particular you want, just come in and ask and we'll certainly do it for you.
We're going to take a break from decorating and just relax.
And when we come back, Jim's going to walk you around the lot and teach you everything you need to know about fresh cut Christmas trees.
One of the things that homeowners usually experience in this area is an emergency after normal business hours. Could be a weekend, could be a night, could be the 4th of July, could be Christmas, could be Easter, could be any holiday. You call RJ Groner Company, two things are going to happen. One, you're going to get a live person on the phone. Number two, you're going to get a technician out to your house 24/7. Go right to our website, rjgroner.com. You can find us on Facebook. You can call or text us at 570-421-7260, where you'll always get a live person to answer your questions. We'll get an appointment scheduled, and we'll get one of our technicians out to you.
First Northern Bank & Trust is your local loan specialist for both personal and business needs. Our local decision makers offer fast approvals and customized financial solutions, helping you reach your goals. First Northern Bank & Trust combines friendly service with the latest technologies to make banking quick, easy, and convenient. We continue to grow in Carbon, Lehigh, Monroe, and Northampton counties, serving you with 11 local branches. First Northern Bank & Trust, member FDIC, equal housing lender.
Welcome back to the show. Jim, tell me about all the varieties of trees you have this year.
Yeah, well, like I mentioned earlier, we have all firs. They're all fir varieties, but we have 5 different varieties. So somebody will say, well, what's the difference? So we're going to talk about that. But when you first glance and you look at them, they all have similarities, all right? But each one is a little bit uniquely different. So this one behind you here, this is called a Canaan fir, all right? It's a soft needle.
Oh, yeah.
You can see that the needles go predominantly all around the branching. Has a nice branching structure, which is really great. Great fragrance, okay? And a beautiful looking tree. So this one works really well. It's not a particularly popular tree because a lot of the growers weren't growing these, but the grower we work with has a nice crop of these trees, so we brought those in. So the next one we're going to talk about is the Korean fir. Let's go over there.
Okay.
How do you like this one, Connie?
I like this one. It seems a little more dark green and a little bigger needle.
Yeah, the needles are a little longer on this one. The color is a little deeper. Nice branching on this here. It's a little thicker tree, a little heavier tree, but it also will support larger ornaments, which is really nice. And it's a more natural shape, a little bit more open and layered than some of the other trees that are sheared really hard. This is Korean fir. And again, it's not something that most people are familiar with. It's not particularly popular with the growers. But again, the grower we work with has got a nice field of these, so we brought these in as well. So we already looked at Canaan, this is Korean. we're going to go look at another one.
Okay. You know, I remember last year you had a tree that smelled like oranges.
Well, funny you should say that, okay? Because that's this tree right here.
Okay.
So this is a concolor fir, all right? Again, it's been around for a number of years. It's a beautiful, beautiful tree. It ranges in color from deep green all the way to sometimes a blue and everything in between. It's a really pretty tree. As you can see, the needles are very long, okay? It's got some great branching to it. This is a great tree for somebody who doesn't have a lot of ornaments to put on a tree, does a lot of garland, lightweight stuff. It just looks magnificent when it's finished. It's a beautiful tree. The other feature of this, if you remember, and you brought it up, if you take one of these branches and you bend that right there, smell that.
That needle smells like oranges.
It smells like oranges, right. It's a citrus smell, which is kind of different, it's unique. You don't necessarily get that smell in the house. You're gonna smell more of the fir itself. But it's just a gorgeous, gorgeous tree. We do sell a fair amount of these. We have a wonderful crop of them this year. So we're really happy to see that.
Jim, what are these on the edge of the tree?
Well, good question. These are actually the buds for next year. So next spring when the weather warms up and it starts to push growth, they're going to come out of these buds. And then each year the trees get sheared to keep that nice tight shape. Okay. This is Nordman fir. So Nordman fir, again, it's been around for a while, not a particularly popular tree, but we've had it here in the garden center at least 3 or 4 years now, and people love this tree. It is a really tight structured branching. It'll really support heavy ornaments. It's got a great fragrance, lasts forever. Last couple of Christmases I had one of these in my home, and I swear we didn't take it down until well after New Year's, and it looked as fresh as the day we put it up. It was terrific. So this is a great tree. The other nice thing about this is we have some really large sizes, so if you've got a home with a cathedral ceiling or high ceilings, this is a great tree for that because it's full and it's high and you can really decorate it. It does take a few decorations because it's a big tree, but it's a great tree. It really is one of our favorite trees. The last couple of years, we've been really selling quite a few of these, yeah.
This might be my favorite this year.
It's a good one, but we're going to talk about one more. Okay, it's the Fraser fir, and that's the last one. Let's go up there.
Okay.
All right, the last one.
I love it.
Fraser fir. This has become the #1 Christmas tree for quite a few years now, and for good reason. Years ago, it was blue spruce was #1, then it was Douglas fir for a very long time. Now it's Fraser fir. And the reason being is a great fragrance, long-lasting needles, great branching, very easy to decorate, and just a tremendous tree. And a lot of growers are growing this now, but again, they're in short supply. So it's probably our #1 selling tree, and we're fortunate to be able to have a nice selection of them at this point.
Yeah, they're all beautiful.
Yeah.
Let's tell everybody the difference between coming here and experiencing getting a tree versus going to a farm and trying to cut your own.
It's just that, it's the experience, you know. Some folks, particularly family members, small, young children, you know, it's a whole event to go out to a tree farm and select the tree, cut the tree, drag the tree out, all that, you know, and I think everybody should go through that at some point, particularly with a young family. But for other people, they don't want to go through all that process, okay? So we've done the work for them. We go, and as I said earlier, we handpick every single tree that's here. We cut every single tree that's here, and we bale it and bring it back here. So it's as good as going to the tree farm. Maybe it's a couple days older, but you know, basically we're doing the work for you and trying to select the best trees on the property, and then bring them here and set them up so you can see which one's going to work in your home. So it's an experience thing more than anything else.
Well, there's definitely a high demand this year to get your tree.
Yes, there is. Don't be disappointed. Come get your tree early. We have a great selection at the moment, but I can tell you that's not going to last.
What are we going to talk about next?
So coming up next, we're going to talk about how to keep your tree fresh and some safety tips.
If you've never been to Chestnut Hill Nursery during the Christmas season, you really have to stop by. We have fresh cut Christmas trees from local growers, custom handmade wreaths, fresh garland, and gorgeous cemetery items, specially made to honor your loved one. Bring the whole family down to pick out a tree. We have all your favorite varieties. We're open for the Christmas season to December 24th. So stop in. We're located on Route 209 in Broadheadsville or on the web at chnursery.com.
Sonia's Sweet Inspirations will help you blow your guests away with elegant cakes, cute cupcakes, specialty desserts, and more. Reader's Choice Award winner for Best Wedding Cakes. Sonia's Sweets are just that, sweet. Stop by North 9th Street, Stroudsburg to try a new fresh dessert today. So come by to Sonia's Sweet Inspirations at North 9th Street, Stroudsburg. Check us out at soniassweetinspirations.com and follow us on Facebook.
Connie, we were just talking about the Fraser fir, and what I wanted to let the folks at home know is that be prepared because of the popularity of Frasers, and there is a lack of supply right now on the Fraser trees. Be prepared to pay a little bit more for a Fraser than you will for some of the other varieties. It's just the state of the market right now. It's a great tree. People have finally realized that, and there just wasn't enough supply for all the demand right now until they catch up with that supply. So the Fraser prices this year are a little bit more than some of the other varieties, so be prepared.
Yeah, that's good to know.
Yeah.
What is the benefit of coming here to a nursery than going to like a tree farm?
Sure, that's a great question, okay? So it really comes down to, like we were talking about, preference on a tree. It really comes down to your preference on that experience. Certainly if you've got a young family, there's an experience to going to a tree farm, picking the tree out, cutting it down, hauling it back to the car, and doing the whole experience. No doubt about it, okay? But on the same token, that means trudging through the fields, climbing the hills, you know, carrying the tree through the woods, etc. Some people don't want to do that, or they've done it once or twice and they're, okay, we did that already.
Yeah.
You know, now I just want to come to a good place, get a good quality tree, and of course that's what we have here. And a lot of the growers, because they can only grow so many varieties or grow so much stock, or their trees come to market at a certain time based on the growth rates, okay? They'll augment their stock with cut trees as well. They'll bring trees in from other growers or other varieties from different areas of the country so that they've got the full selection of trees to sell as well. So they're not only selling what you cut yourself, but they already have cut trees that are fresh cut. Now, in our case, all of our trees are hand selected. We pick every single one of these trees. They are fresh cut, and we're going to talk more about how to maintain that once you get it home. But it's as fresh here as maybe a couple days difference between here and cutting it down at the nursery, but if you care for it properly, it's not going to be a problem for that tree to last inside the home for the extended holiday period. So it really comes down to that experience. You know, you come here, we have the trees, we have wreaths, we have gray blankets, we have decorations, we've got the whole experience in that regard. Well, our guys, our crew here will sit here and help you select the tree. We'll bale it up, we'll tie it up, put it on your car for you, and all you have to do is go home and decorate and have some fun, make some eggnog.
I like that. So Jim, it's about time for me to put my tree up, and I need some safety tips.
Well, safety is important, okay? You're bringing a live tree in the house, extremely flammable if you're not careful. So we want to make sure we're doing this the right way. A couple things I'm going to point out to you. First thing you need to do is select a fresh cut tree. If you have a tree that's been cut down for several weeks already, it's not going to be a fresh cut tree, so it's going to dry out a lot faster. A fresh tree that has moisture in those needles is not going to support flame. It's only when it really dries out, okay? So the first thing you want to do when you go to select a tree, let me just show you here, is take the needles and make sure you can pull on them and they're soft and pliable.
So they don't fall off.
You can bend the branch over. You see how you can bend this and it's very soft? It doesn't break. That's a fresh tree. Evergreens naturally shed some of their interior needles this time of the year, so you always have some needles dropping from the inside, but you shouldn't have an excessive amount. Okay, so be careful of that. Once you select your tree, the most important thing is to get a fresh cut on the bottom of that tree. So they're cut, and then what happens is the resin in there will actually seal the bottom. So if you don't make a fresh cut, when you put that in a bucket of water or in your tree stand with water, it's not going to absorb the water up through the tree because you've sealed the bottom. So that's why it's important to make a fresh cut. You should cut anywhere from 1/2 inch to 1 inch off at least to open up those pores again. So once you put that in a bucket, it's going to absorb all that water and bring it up into the tree and keep it soft. Okay, so that's real important. We try to recommend to people, if you're not going to set the tree up right away, and this is kind of important, take it home, put it in a bucket of water as soon as you possibly can, even if you're not going to put it up right away. Because again, that's going to start to bring that moisture up through the tree, and it's going to be more prepared when you bring it in the house. Once you bring it in the house, you want to make sure you have it in a safe location. Not near a fireplace or a wood stove, not near an electric heater, right over the heater where it's going to heat up and potentially catch those branches on fire. So put it in a safe spot. Make sure it's in an area where when people are walking through passageways, etc., you're not going to knock into the tree and knock it over. Make sure it's in a good solid stand. I can't tell you how many people come in here, they buy the biggest tree and they use the smallest stand possible. It's not going to work. You need a good solid stand. Okay? So make sure you have the appropriate stand that will hold water, again, once you set it up. So now you're going to take the tree out of the bucket, bring it in the house, put it in a good stand, set it up, adjust it appropriately, make sure it's standing straight, put it in a great location, and then fill it with water. That water is going to evaporate very quickly out of that bucket. So for the first several days, you're going to have to check that water daily to make sure that you're constantly replenishing that water. At some point, you'll see that that's going to slow down that intake. And then you can just check it maybe every 2-3 days, something like that. But always keep water in the stand, because if you let all the water drain out of the stand, and what's going to happen is the bottom of that tree is going to seal up again and it won't take any more water. So that's real important. Lights. I mean, this is a lot of information, but lights. Make sure you got good lights. If you got lights that have strands that are broken or there's bare wires, don't use them on the tree. Throw them out. They're so inexpensive today. Get yourself a good set of LED lights and put some new lights on there. And that's really the best way to make sure you're safe. When the tree's done, take it out of the house. We sell these tree bags where you can just take it up over the entire tree, so when you drag it through the house, you're not dropping the needles all over the house. That's great. And then take it outside, and if possible, recycle it. Put it out for the birds for the winter. They love the nice evergreen to kind of hide out in and feed if you got a bird feeder nearby. It's a great way to use the tree. Hey, you made a great selection here on the tree.
Oh, thanks. You gave me some great tips, too.
Thanks.
But now that I got the most important part, my tree, I'm all taken care of.
Well, not quite, because remember, the tree's important, but the most important thing is spending time with friends and family, right?
That's right.
So go home, decorate the tree, and enjoy this with your family.
Thank you. All right, ready?
I don't think so, but
We'll go for it. We'll try.
I'm cold.
Hi, everyone. You know we can hear that.
I don't have my second pair of pants on today to hold these up.
It's the doorway thing. When you walk through a doorway, you forget everything.
All right. We better get back to work.